Oh, hey. What's up, bros? I didn't see you there. My name's Tyler, and I hear you'd like to know why I should be the next youth pastor for your ministry. Because I am, very simply put, the best around.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna
Because I'm gonna take your students deep.
We're gonna seal off this.
Because you know I'll terminate sin in your student community.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Because if there's evil spirits in your youth room, you know I'm gonna be Dr. Peter Venkman all up in that.
Can I talk to Dana?
There is no Dana, only Sue.
Yeah, who you gonna call? You wanna add me to your ministry because it'd be like when Team USA Ducks added Russ Tyler to the team right before the Russia game.
It's knuckle puck time.
He winds up. He scores!
Yeah, it is knuckle puck time. Because I wanna help your ministry become a bunch of mean girls.
I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops.
Trendsetters. And I want to teach them to love the world like McAdams loves Gosling.
Trophy?
Yes. It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
It still isn't over. It still isn't over. Hi. I'm Tyler. How do you capture a person in 300 seconds or less? How do you align the notches of personality, faith, knowledge, and calling, and then see if they match up with a ministry? How can we ever really know each other in the time it takes us to order, pay for, and pick up our Big Macs in the drive? Maybe because even within a few brief moments, even through recorded pixels, God has given human beings this incredible capacity to make meaningful connections. And I believe in a youth ministry that helps young people draw connections between them and God and the story that God has told and is still telling today, connections between themselves and other people, connections between themselves and the world that they are living in and that God has created. How can you share what you think is left to say to teenagers today? As adolescent culture splinters off and niches itself more and more, is there still something left to be said to all of us? I believe in a youth ministry that gathers around a story of a God who created a good world and how that good world fell away from him because of human sin, but how God did not give up on that, and how God was even willing to die in order to begin restoring that creation. How then God is inviting those same fallen people into his project of restoration and reconciliation and redemption. And then how one day God will make it final, and how he will enact full redemption and full reconciliation and full restoration. And the end is actually only the beginning. And I believe that story is something that we all gather around because it resonates with our innermost parts. That story, the story of God's word, is what reaches down into the innermost parts of all of us, into the marrow of our own. In less than a coffee break, can you describe how you help students live out in this new community we call the church? How you live this story that we talk about? I believe in a youth ministry that values interaction over regurgitation, that embraces doubts and questions. I think a youth ministry is a place where youth actually minister, where students lead students in worship, where students pray with and for other students, where students are sharing how a parable, how a psalm, how a proverb is changing their lives today. And what if a community of young people stood up and said, we are about something that is far greater than us? Of young people sang songs of praise till their throats were hoarse and danced until their muscles. What if a community of young people respectfully said to their elders, we are not just the church of the future, we are the church of the present, and we have something to say, we have something to offer. What if this generation stood up and boldly declared, We are the ones who will rebuild the ancient ruins. We are the ones who will renew the ruined cities, are the questions I've been attempting to usher out of students for years. And it is still my greatest passion to have the privilege to come alongside a young person's journey into a deeper and more enriching faith in Jesus. Be there with them when they take those first steps onto harsher and more treacherous terrain. To be there with them as they are journeying up that mountain of faith, letting them know what might be ahead, but then also helping them realize just how far they've climbed. That is my life's passion. And I've got so many stories to tell. They just don't fit into 5 minutes. Maybe in person.